Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all is well. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I really do appreciate it. If you're absolutely addicted to the game of basketball like I am, make sure you click that red subscribe button and put that post notification bell on. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you smash that like button as well. So not much of an introduction. We're going to be talking about Victor Wembanyama, the most hyped up prospect since LeBron James. He's more of a for sure thing than Zion Williamson coming out of Duke. They're saying he's more of a sure thing than Anthony Davis coming out of Kentucky. And he has an otherworldly skill set that we really haven't seen at all. But he also has a nice personality, which I do like about him. I do think he's the right head on his shoulders to really take on the NBA and potentially be one of the best players. But we do know when it comes to his physique of being 7'4" with a slender frame, even though you can see that he has gotten stronger throughout his basketball career, so you do see progression there that he does care about his body. He also has an 8-foot wingspan, which is insane, and it's going to help him out on both ends of the floor. But we've already seen in transition, we've already seen in the dunker spot when he gets the ball that he's just an absolute freak, and he's a beast running in transition. He's not someone that's weird looking, like moving out there on the floor like at his size. No, he moves extremely smooth, and it's insane watching him play. He's very agile when you watch him play the game of basketball. But the concern obviously is when you have someone with that frame is how many good years of basketball are you going to get? Because the history shows that that type of frame does not hold up consistently in the NBA. But I'm praying to basketball gods because it seems like he has the right head on his shoulders. It seems like he's someone that wasn't just forced to play basketball because he's tall or he's playing for the fame. No, it truly seems like he cares about the game of basketball. The first game when he dropped 37 points, when he shot extremely efficient from the field, but when he went on to block several shots in that game, he didn't care about what he put up stats wise. He was pissed afterwards that they lost the game. He didn't care that they got close. Yes, it's an exhibition game, but he wanted to win the game. But then all the hype surrounding that game, all the hype surrounding his stat line and all that, he didn't let it get to him at all. He put his head down, continued to get to work, putting up 36 points, doing a better job in the rebounding department, getting in that double digits in the rebounding department, going on to block 4 shots, having better vision out there on the basketball floor. And when you take a look at his overall efficiency between those two games, 22 of 44 from the field, and in that first game he knocked down 7 3-pointers as well, because when you just watch his skill set, it's insane to see. You can compare him to Porzingis. He's tall, he could shoot the ball, but that's just a lazy comparison. Porzingis' post game at 18 years old was not as developed as him. And it's crazy. He's 18 years old, but he has NBA caliber moves already. Usually we just see guys with these tools and we're like, yeah, he's going to polish up and be good. Like Giannis was really raw coming out, but that's also a very tough comparison because Giannis has a generational work ethic, but I also think that Victor Wembanyama has a generational work ethic. We didn't see Porzingis at 18 years old consistently do this move. So Victor Wembanyama, he faced up the defender, hit him with a jab step, you know. He was in mid-range territory. He recognized the second man coming, so he did a half-spin fadeaway that was extremely fluid. Him just casually knocking down a three, just getting to the spot in the corner, falling out of bounds, three-pointer, cash. Running in transition like an absolute gazelle. Just his ability with his wingspan, defending someone one-on-one. All he has to do is reach out the ball. He gets a piece of the ball. It's just ridiculous what he's able to do out there on the basketball floor. And he also knows when to give up the ball at times as well. We have seen his ability off the dribble with his handle. You could say his handle can get a little loose, but he can definitely work on that. But just being able to decently handle the ball at 7'4" is just absolutely ridiculous. And even though he needs to tighten it up a little bit, you do see that he is a pretty low to the ground crossover for someone that is 7'4", and it's pretty impactful. You see his ability to really create separation here, get to that fadeaway, and knock down a ridiculous jumper. And I feel another thing that's not really being talked about is he has a former NBA player on his roster of Tremont Waters, for example, that played for the Boston Celtics. Yes, maybe he wasn't the best of player in the world, but he's still someone that has played in the NBA and has gotten experience with an NBA coaching staff, the NBA lifestyle, how to deal with certain teammates. So I'm sure he had tons of wisdom and guidance to really pass down to a Victor Wembanyama that plays in the starting lineup with him. And even he played for an organization that is owned by Tony Parker. So I'm sure Tony Parker taught him a lot of things. He's talked to Victor Wembanyama, and he even gave praise, obviously, to Victor Wembanyama as well in an interview. So I feel like he has a lot to work with, not just when it comes to his overall play style, but when it comes to advice from a couple former NBA players, and obviously one of them is one of the best guards to ever play the game. the range, his ability to shoot the ball. You shouldn't have that good of a touch when you're 7'4" out there on the floor, and he has extremely good his hip flexibility or his fluidity to defend the perimeter is insane. He's going to be able to alter shots with his wingspan. He's able to even keep up with his mobility outside on the perimeter and even keep up in the interior as well. But obviously the true question is, when he gets to the league, how is he going to be with those certain assignments like a Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic that are bigger than him when it doesn't come to the height department, but when it comes to the overall strength and that NBA grown man body, how is that really going to be out there on the basketball floor? That's going to be the true test that we will go on to see. And I don't even think we've seen the full package when it comes to Victor Wembanyama. So obviously playing for the Metropolitans and even playing earlier in his career, you did see some of the vision. Sometimes he would like put too much behind his passes, or sometimes he would just try to be a little too fancy with it. That's what I love. There's a flair. He's like humble, but he's very confident at the same time. Like there's obviously that comment that came out that he said, if I was never born, I think he would deserve the first spot when it comes to the NBA draft. Between him and Scoot Henderson, a question was asked there. And just the hype around this dude is amazing. But I love his overall recognition of that. He hasn't even been drafted in the NBA yet, and after those exhibition games, it's crazy to think about. So he's flying back to France on Saturday, and then the next time we're going to see him in the U.S. is possibly when he goes on to be drafted in the NBA. That's insane. And who's he going to be drafted by? I do think the San Antonio Spurs is a right spot. Like, just imagine going from like a generational big man of Tim Duncan to a Victor Wembanyama. Insane. I just think that would be amazing. But LeBron James actually came out and said this right here. James said the hype about Wembanyama is real. Everybody's been labeling this unicorn thing. James said on Wednesday night after scoring 23 points in the Lakers' 119-115 loss to the Suns in a preseason game at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Everybody has seen a unicorn for the last 2 years, but he's more like an alien. I've never seen. No one has ever seen anyone as tall as he is, but as fluid and as graceful as he is out there on the floor. His ability to put the ball on the floor, shoot step-back jumpers out of the post, step-back threes, catch and shoot threes, block shots. He's for sure a generational talent. But Wembanyama said he has to continue to grow and not get caught up in the hype about his potential. I didn't play in an NBA game yet, he said in quote. I wasn't drafted, so I've got to stay focused to reach my goals because it's going to be tough to get better every day and stay consistent. And that thing he said about Scoot Henderson, about like if he wasn't born, Scoot Henderson would be the first pick, that was kind of taken out of context too. Like it was kind of in like a joking way. There's some humility definitely behind that comment, but LeBron's right. When you watch him play, like the fadeaways are just so freaking beautiful. He's a good player. It just looks like a guard's playing out there on the basketball floor. He's just that graceful, like he mentioned. He's just that fluid. He just plays with another level of fluidity, and he even has like soft baby hooks that maybe we didn't see much in these exhibition games, but I've seen other games of his when he's playing overseas in France, even younger, and his career. You could just tell he just refines his game like day after day. I think the next step is definitely going to be his handles, passing, maybe positioning himself better for rebounding at time and being more aggressive in that department. But then also you want to see him stay healthy, but he's an otherworldly confidence. He just has the ability to take over games. Like that first game, it looked like it was going to be a blowout. He helped them get back in that game. And the transition's just unbelievable. He's going to block shots in transition, which is going to lead to offense on the other end. He's all about winning. He has a killer mentality. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with Victor Wembanyama and his NBA career. Let me know down below your thoughts on Victor Wembanyama. Peace out, y'all.